Sir, there is incredible unrest in Syria.
Yeah.
Do you think that Bashar al-Assad could fall?
Well, you know, it's amazing because he stayed for years under, you would think, much more adverse conditions. And all of a sudden, just rebels are going in and taking over large pieces of territory. Yeah. I don't think it's looking very good for him. Who would have thought that was going to happen? Because for 10 years, I mean, the guy was fighting all odds. And all of a sudden, it's like people are just taking over his country. So I don't know. People have bet against him for a long time, and so far that hasn't worked. But this seems to be different.
Let me ask you, sir, as you think about your inauguration, I remember your first inaugural address, you talked about American carnage. Have you thought about your message for your second inaugural address?
I have.
Can you give us a preview?
We're going to have a message that will make you happy, unity. It's going to be a message of unity. And again, I think success brings unity. And I've experienced that. I've experienced it in my first term, as I said. We're going to be talking about unity. We're going to be talking about success, making our country safe, keeping people that shouldn't be in our country out. We have to do that. I know it doesn't sound nice, but we have to do that. But basically, it's going to be about bringing our country together.
And no American carnage.
No American carnage. No. What do you mean by American?
That was one of the big quotes of your first inaugural address. It sounds like the tone, based on what I'm hearing, is going to be different from this inaugural address.
Well, we had a very successful 4 years, actually, and the first, we had a very, very successful, if you look at what we've done with the biggest tax cuts in history, we had safety and military that was incredible. We defeated ISIS, which nobody thought could be done in a short period. I did it in a matter of weeks, and people thought it was going to take 5 years to do. No, we did a lot of things. The rebuilding of our military was a big thing. Think of all the things that wouldn't have happened. Russia wouldn't have attacked Ukraine, our president. Israel wouldn't have had October 7th. We wouldn't have had inflation because inflation was caused largely by energy prices. You know, so many other things wouldn't have happened. You look at Afghanistan, that disaster. So we're going to bring our country back, and we're going to bring it, we're going to try and unify our country.
Sir, when you think about your time in office, you are making history for a range of reasons, including the fact you will be the oldest person to be sworn into office. Do you commit to releasing your medical records?
Sure. I do it all the time. I think I've released 4 of them.
Not just a letter, though, your full medical report.
Yeah, I would, and I think anybody should, but I mean, according to all the reports, I don't want to, where's wood? Is there some wood where I can knock on wood? But my reports are very good, very strong.
So you plan to release them?
Sure, I have no problem with it.
What about your business dealings? So you obviously have your online company, DJT. Are you going to divest?
Well, I have online. I mean, I don't know what's to divest. All I do is I put out messages. I needed it for messages because, as you know, I was taken off Twitter at the time it was called. And I was taken off all of the different. So I actually created my own company. It became Truth, and it was very successful.
Will you divest from that?
Well, I don't know how I can divest. What does that mean? I'm not allowed to open it and use it? I mean, all I do is I don't openly look at the company. I'm not even on the board of the company. I didn't want to be on the board. I have other people, and they run it. And they run it very well because Truth has become a very, very successful platform.
Are you planning to accept a salary as president?
I'm not going to accept a salary, no. And I'm giving up a lot of money, you know. Do you know, it amazed me, and maybe this isn't right, but other than George Washington, and they're not sure about that, every president has accepted their salary except me. And
you did accept the pension, correct?
I don't think so.
You didn't accept your pension?
I don't think I accepted anything. I didn't. I get a salary. The president gets about $450,000 a year, and I didn't take it.
I want to ask you again about...
But by the way, I got no credit for that. That's okay.
Well, I am asking you about it for that reason. Yeah. And I think it's notable you're not going to accept a salary.
Yeah, I don't accept. I'm not. Yeah. I didn't, and I'm not going to. And I don't believe I got any credit for that. But I just feel it's, for me, it's a nice thing to do. I think this, and I was surprised. Not one president has done that. I would have assumed Roosevelt would have not accepted salary, or Kennedy, you know, Kennedy family is rich. I would have assumed that some of them, I'm the only president that they say they think that George Washington, but those records aren't too good.
Sir, we talked about your family, and they were such a big part of your first administration.
And they did a great job. Think of it, the Abraham Accords they did.
Well, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, no,
will Jared still be an advisor? Will he be someone who you turn to, particularly as you deal with what's happening in the Middle East?
Jared's a very smart guy, did a great job. He did the Abraham, if he did nothing else, and that was a big thing, and, you know, they should have built on it, but we'll build on it now. We had 4 very powerful countries with Israel, and when you think of what it really represented peace in the Middle East. That should have been filled out. It wasn't, but we'll get it filled out. But no, I'm not going to have the family involved because I don't think they were treated fairly. They did such a good job.
But will it feel very different?
A little bit,
to be
yeah.
at the White House and not have them there?
Sure, it will feel a little bit different. But I mean, think of what we did. We did the tax cuts, biggest tax cuts in history. We did and that's a big thing. And that also spurred the economy. But if you look at the Abraham Accords, if you look at peace in the Middle East, we would have had so many different things. And they had to really go through Russia hoax. Guys like Schiff, who's a real lowlife. As an example, Adam Schiff, he's a lowlife. And now he gets elected senator. It's so sad. But my kids got treated so unfairly, so I don't want them to go through that.
Last question, because I'm getting a wrap.
Yeah.
I understand that on day one, you're going to be signing a flurry of executive orders. Can you give me just what are the top ones people should know about?
A lot of it will have to do with economics. A lot's going to have to do with energy. A lot's going to do with having to do with the border. We're going to immediately strengthen up the border and do a real job. And some of the basics. So we're going to end the electric mandate immediately for the cars. It's ridiculous. We want people to buy electric cars. Yeah, we want people to buy electric cars. But you know what? They have to be able to, if they want gasoline powered, if they want hybrids, they got to have that. So we're going to be ending that. We're going to be ending a lot of the environmental things that were ridiculous, that hurt our country very badly and didn't do anything for the environment. So we'll be doing, you know, standard things.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.